Hello, this is Double A with another WWE Supercard video for the date of Tuesday, May 14th. Hope everyone's doing pretty good out there. I know I say that at the start of every video, but I truly mean it. It's like basically, it's like we all get along this fine little planet we call Earth. We care about our people, we care about just the people that exist out there, and we just do what we do. So yeah, from the bottom of my heart, I hope everybody out there that's watching this, or just people in general, are doing well. Network's going to be down tomorrow as they work on an expanded network update that WWE Supercard anyway. And Cat Daddy Games have been planning for a while now. So go out, enjoy some flowers, do some stuff. But it's basically going to be down. I would have probably done a ring domination video tomorrow. I'm just going to do it a little bit here. So this week's event, unless they combine over the limit with it, is ring domination for Rey Mysterio. So hope you guys get that card if you're after it, or you do qualify for that. Royal Rumble's down, so can't do anything with that. Basically, you just could do wild for a while, that and buy packs or whatever. So decided to do a history of me in a sense when it comes to this game. Kind of a bit of a love letter in a sense to the longevity towards the game as a whole. Myself, I've been a player since day one. Andrew Edwards, a guy that does a lot of wonderful videos for Amazon. I would talk to him a bit, and he told me about this game that was coming out that was WWE related, called Supercard, that I should check it out. Now, prior to that, I played, and I've mentioned this on previous videos, but I did play WWF with Authority, previous card game, just as fun. But he told me about this wonderful game called Supercard, and I downloaded it, and I was a bit confused at first because it's a new game, just getting the hang of it. Got wonderful cards to start off with, common cards anyway. Back then there were stars as Bad News Barrett, Big John Studd, Christian, Damian Sandow, lots of good talent. I mean, this was a good 5 years ago. So a lot of these people were still in there, or were basically just tributes to the superstars of days gone by. And if I'm pulling a Big John Studd, for example, as a something to show you here, if you look at those stats nowadays, it's ridiculous. You'd be lucky to see these stats again, unless they decide to completely restart Supercard. You probably won't see these numbers ever again. So you had 70, 79, 69, 68. You had your commons. You had your pretty much same format that's in existence now. Gradually made way up to Epic and Legendary. For the longest time, Epic-wise, find this card here. And back then, there wasn't any momentum slots or any tokens. You just trained your cards up. You pro'd them. Wasn't even any animations in terms of moves. So the only way you really knew what you did is if your numbers increased. That's when your specialty kicked in. For the longest time, I had Stephanie McMahon in the deck as a female. Very, very good card that I had at the time. Eventually moved up to Legendary, to where there was another Stephanie McMahon card. Love the Stephanie McMahon cards. Wish they had like kept going with it, but I think this was basically the last time she was ever as a superstar in the game. But of course they had The Miz and Rey Mysterio and Some people have stayed a long time. Eddie Guerrero, Dolph Ziggler, Intercontinental Belt, Hulk Hogan, lots of good stars. And I mentioned this on a previous video, but my favorite card of all time in this game, aside from Eddie Guerrero and aside from Seth Rollins due to my connection with him via Scott County Wrestling that he used to wrestle for. But I always liked this card of Bruno Sammartino because it's old school. It's a tribute to the legends that's been in the business. And yeah, like I said, I mentioned this in a previous video, but I'm bringing it up again. But all these cards, legendary. There wasn't even. I mean, you might have had a community, but not really. I mean, people would play. Twitter was still kind of picking up. Facebook wasn't really too much on there about that. Things kind of got to a point to where there was communities, there were people making videos of it. Myself, I got introduced to a wonderful team. Let's do a search for them and give props to them. Social. So yeah, around the time there were teams on the game. I was on a couple. I was definitely on a few in the history of this. Team. They eventually would start a team event called Team PCC, same as People's Champions Challenge, where it's kind of like the way Last Man Standing is now. You keep playing and playing and playing and playing till you get the cards that you want. They did a team PCC. People went off of that. That wound up being more of a detriment to the game more than anything because people started backbiting. It's like, you didn't get all these points. We didn't get the card. You see some teams break up as a result of Team PCC. So myself wasn't too thrilled with the team aspect. However, they changed it up a bit. I might get some details wrong here, but it's like I said, it's been a while. Matt Black, guy that I'm sure a lot of you know, as Raw F Showtime on Twitter, told me about this wonderful team that he was on, and figured I'd join. And it was a team called Forever Smug, where of course you don't want that work. Headed up by Luge PSC. Most of you have heard of her. Myself, my first exposure to Luge was via a show called The Tester. There was a thing on the PlayStation Network. If you had a PlayStation 3, they had this show where people were were doing tasks and playing games to basically become a tester for Sony in PlayStation 3 or PlayStation period. That was my first exposure, and I thought she did pretty good. Thought she'd go further, but of course, judges didn't think that she would go. That judges kind of like voted her off in a sense. But that was my first exposure to her, and it's like she just had this personality about her that you just had to like love. So when I found out that I was on her team, it just made it that much better that I was on Luge's team in Supercard. The team did at one time have Xavier Woods as a member, which I was on at that time. In terms of the team members that's on here now, we have Luge, of course, Tyler Titan Spear, Frankie Got 20s, Sierra, Colin, Deadman Walking, Donna Ryan, Jaden, Justin the Gamer 29, and Mike. So those are the wonderful teams that's on Forever Smug now. If their team is being treated the same way that Luge treated the team when I was on it, then they got a great team. That they have there. More power to them. As time went on, I was kind of like got to a point where I needed a change. And I was getting to that point where it's hard to get motivated to play. And at the time, I would basically play only the team events, but I wasn't really playing the rest of the week. Started getting interested in my NBA 2K16. Tried to do both, but then I was losing more and more interest in Supercard. So I wound up stepping away, got into the my NBA 2K16, was on YouTube one day, was looking for some ideas about the game, saw a video from Will Upton about NBA 2K, saw a video from him, young Gary Oak, and I was like, okay, this is interesting. It's like I got into the video aspect of it, started making YouTube videos, went through 2K16, played 2K17, but with that one, there wasn't really too much change. 2K17 was basically launched in the middle of the night. So there wasn't any build up to it. You just saw an update, you did it, you played it, and such is life. As time went on, though, I started getting more interested in Supercard again because it didn't really like totally leave it, but I wound up getting back into Supercard. We're still making videos for NBA 2K16 and 17. Didn't really do videos for Supercard. That would come later. Got back into the game, started playing again. If most of you are aware of me, are aware, but you're not aware, never mind. We'll get to that in a moment. In time, I would go with a few teams. If you ever check out my videos, look up my community videos because there's a lot of good information about teams that have taken me on and have helped me out that I'll never forget. For a while, I was on the Heenan family, headed up by Ramon 3MR, known as Raymond Aranda on the boards, on Twitter and all that. Was on their team for a bit until there was a event that Supercard held. Not going to go too much into detail on it. Just check my previous videos. You'll see what I'm talking about. But basically, it caused me to just leave the game. Period. So at that time, I had started trying to do Supercard videos. And at the time, I was basically saying goodbye to everyone. It's like, well, you're not seeing any more videos, period, that I would do. Just kind of stepped away from it and decided that I was just going to do other things. I mean, I still kind of paid attention. I mean, by this time, game had gone through a few seasons. It was picking up on Twitter, Facebook a bit. Although the community on Facebook is way different than Twitter. Twitter's more like where the community has all the names that you have to basically hear of if you do play Supercard. There's people like Kill Moose Kill. There's Raw Off Showtime, of course. Matt Black. There's JB. Super Zon Barbecue. There's Luge. And basically a lot of people have added to that list, like Funky Town and Tom Sharpie and Bad Lad Dad, Biggie Dude. There's a lot of names that's attached to Supercard through their videos that they've made for it. And myself, I got back into the game. Matt kind of talked me back into it. Started doing Supercard videos more, but I got in kind of late. It's like NBA 2K, there wasn't too many there, so I stood out a little bit more. Granted, I didn't get like tons of like views or tons of subscribers, but I stood out a little bit more on that side of the road because there wasn't really that many people doing NBA 2K videos. Doing Supercard, I got into the game late. Because by this time, there's been so many people that have been associated, that people have come to know, people have come to love, people have come to just enjoy and respect. And to that, I'm just thrilled that there's that type of community where there's so many wonderful so many wonderful faces, so many wonderful people representing this game with the videos that they do, and you can always tell that there's love in their hearts when they do it. We may argue, we may fight, we may complain, we may disagree with things on boards and on Twitter and this, that, and the other. But the fact is, there's like so many people out there that devote their time to doing videos for Supercard. I love that. I love the community that we have here. I love the game. I've made so many friends through Supercard. I made so many wonderful connections through this game. That's just amazing. It's just amazing. All the different people, all the different connections that have occurred, all the different things that you pick up. People who you follow, people wind up following you on Twitter and all these other and Facebook and things of that nature. Why? Because of this game. And I thoroughly love that. The fact that this game brings people together more than anything. I mean, granted, there are times that it kind of tears people apart because, of course, that happens in a community. You have your families that just don't get along with each other. But for the most part, at the end of the day, we are all part of this wonderful little family called Supercard. And I love that. Seriously, I love that. I love this game. I may have stepped away from it twice. But you know what they say? If you love something, set them free, come back, they're yours forever. I love this game. It's like, there are times when I'm doing events to be like, I'm not going to do this, and wind up completing it anyway. There's been times I wonder why even play this game. But then I look at, like I said, all this wonderful community, and I'm like, it's not that bad. It helps me pass the time. It helps me get connected with people. It helps me bring wonderful things like this to you. Like I said, if only one of you watch this video from start to finish, that's all that matters. Getting the business out the way. If you like this video, like it. We're 17 minutes in. If you're still viewing this, more power to you. Definitely appreciate that. If you do like this video, throw a like on it. Subscribe to it. Feel free to do that. After you do that, a couple of centimeters over, of course, hit that bell icon. Be up to date with future notifications. Go for the pinfall. 1 with the liking, 2 the subscribing, 3 with the notifications, and you'll be set. Business out the way. I like this game. All you wonderful people that are viewing this, I love you. All you people that have thought about watching this video but haven't, know that I love you too. All those people that just pass by looking for Supercard videos, you may see my thumbnail, you may see the name of it and be like, okay, cool, it's just another video. If you just pass it by, but you see me along the way, I love you for that too. Because you're looking for videos about this game that you want to watch and view and enjoy. And I'm thrilled by that. I am thrilled extremely by that. You guys rock. That's all I can say. That's all. It's like, with that, I'm going to wrap this video up. Because there's really nothing more that I could say that I could spill my heart to you guys to let you guys know exactly how much I appreciate each and every one of you players that play WWE Supercard. So I'm just going to wrap it up. Tomorrow, I'm thinking about doing another video. Like I said, we've already covered Rey Mysterio, Ring Domination. Next video I do will probably be in the middle of the network update, but it's going to be an interesting one if I decide to do it. If you're following me on Twitter, you kind of have an idea what it's about already, but I'm going to actually make a video for it just to make it a little bit more official. So that's it. 20 minutes in. If you're still watching this, like I said, if you're still watching this, fine. If you're not watching and have gone, it's okay too. Long video, that's what we do. Most people don't stick around for 20-minute long videos sometimes because basically you just want to get some information, get out. But if you're still here 20 minutes in, you guys mean the world to me. even if you didn't stay for the 20 minutes, you still mean the world to me. All of you mean the world to me. Love you. Life's precious. Till next time, Double A, WWE Supercard video saying see you next time. And so long from ringside. Goodbye, everybody.